When people come into the house first, she just gets very, very excited and she won't calm down.
Really? That's the best thing!
I didn't realise, as I say, how difficult it was actually going to be. She is just that hyper and just does not have that off switch.
Andy, I'm going to scratch you on your shoulder!
She just gets herself wound up so much.
Your kind of love make me happy. It took your kind of love to make me happy. Because that kind of love really good hurt me. Did you hit that, baby? Do you understand me? Did you hit that, baby?
It's got to a point now where people don't like coming into the house because the dog is so hyper the whole time and just will not calm down.
This is Thelina and Andy, and they are referring to their dog Mia, who is out of control.
Maya, stay. Stay.
As a matter of fact, many animals are out of control, all over Ireland.
Please.
This is Tina, and she is an expert in dealing with these unruly beasts. She not only tames the dog variety, but many other animals in need of our expertise. One of her most recent patients was a pesky parrot.
Do you know, I think that it's very difficult to know what anybody's thinking. I find sometimes it's difficult to know what my own species is thinking. This is not the dog trying to plan how to consume my face. It's the dog behaving like a baby.
She gave Tina a black eye, unfortunately. She had a black eye for a couple of days on one occasion.
Being an animal lover is hard, and people need help.
They have like, oh, she's my best girl, we love her.
Distraught animal lovers of Ireland, help is on the way. This week, we also meet a family that Tina has helped by turning a once disobedient pup into a loyal, helpful companion. Okay, so let's see if Tina can teach these dogs some new tricks.
There are myriad problems that people encounter with their dogs. Right now we're going to look at a video sent in by one of our viewers. She's having huge problems with this dog, jumping all over her visitors, slobbering, grabbing their feet, grabbing their hands. It's got to the point where they cannot have visitors.
To be quite honest, if it's not an issue that gets fixed, we won't be able to keep her, which will break both our hearts. I mean, it's the last thing we'd want is to have to give her away.
The ultimate price of failure in any situation is usually paid by the pet, and they pay with their lives. Sometimes unnecessarily so, but there are situations where they absolutely must go. And I don't mean to a farm in Sligo either.
Andy, this is Tina.
Hello, I'm very pleased to meet you. And this is Maya.
This is Maya.
The little woman. She's a good girl.
I just kept her in there for the time being.
That's very sweet of you. The way we're going to work it is we're going to take a quick history on the beautiful dog. We'll fly through some of the stuff you've already done. We'll have a look at some of the equipment that you have bought.
Okay.
Some of it is going to be great. Some of it is going to be rubbish. If I say to you that I think the stuff is rubbish, that is all it is. Not you, not the dog, just the stuff. So what we're going to do now is start teaching a few of the fundamentals.
Okay.
And we'll do that by first releasing the beast. And we'll see how we get on, eh? Now she's out, and we have to start teaching her how to behave with just us. So she's not jumping on me the way she would normally jump on a visitor.
No.
But then I haven't looked at her.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at you and you're looking at me. Nobody's paying any attention to her.
Right, okay.
The clear signalling for the handling is like this. Come here, baby. Bend down, call the dog into you, and touch her for as long as you want to touch her. Now this licking in my mouth and getting in my face, this is real baby behaviour. When I'm getting ready to finish, she needs like an amber light signal. And this is what she's going to get. Knee in close, then there's a clever girl. Little pat on the shoulder, put my hand over her head, stand up, say that's enough, and I walk away. Now, because of who she is, and the experiences she's had with everybody and the success she's had, she's going to jump all over me. She doesn't speak English. She doesn't know what that's enough means yet. So she's going to be on her way shortly. The only thing, there we go. The only thing we need to do is stand here. So what we're going to do is teach her a settle.
I've really been interested in sled dogs all my life, and I've always had dogs previously. And then when it came around last year, we decided that we would get a dog, and then I had said to Cleena, I'd really like to get an Alaskan Malamute. And I understand that they need a lot of exercise, and I was quite willing to take it on, but she's a little bit more work than we had anticipated.
So what we're going to do is put the lead on her. Pay no attention to this gobbing and stuff, because if she wanted to bite me, she'd have done so already. And we're going to push her into what we call a settle. So as soon as she's flopped down like this, we tell her she's clever. Oh, she's clever. But when we're telling her she's clever, we bend down into her space. Tell her she's clever. The way I would go about helping people to sort out the problems they're having with their dogs is to first give them an understanding of how it occurred. It's essential that they don't feel that they're blamed in any way. So we work out how it started. Once they know how it started, I show them the tools they need to prevent this happening again and to put into place alternative behaviours that work for everybody. Very often these are just normal behaviours that have gone bananas, you know, and people really are great, you know. Once they know what's going to work, they do it. The best way to teach anything is to make it fun. Otherwise, it doesn't matter who you are, you're just not going to do it. You're not going to do it, she's not going to do it. To teach her to pay attention to you and to come back when you want her to come back, we're going to start with a ball game. What we're going to do is we're going to roll it away from us. She will go for it, and then she might head off. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. From their behaviours, we try to work out what their motivation is. Once we know what their motivation is, we can then have some sort of idea what the payoff is. And then we've got them, we've got them. The easiest way to make it worth her while following us is not because she loves us, it's because it pays. And the easiest way to pay is with something smelly and delicious off the palm of your hand, so that instead of the dog snapping through the air, it uses its lips and tongue. So here you go. There. Nice, eh? Yeah. And now she has to follow it. Ready? Let's go. Is follow for a few steps. You stand still, open your hand and say take it.
And if she keeps bumping into you?
Very good question. If she keeps bumping into you, all bets are off. No bloody treats. Nothing, no talking, no looking, no treats, no jack all. But you keep your hand down near the ground so she's not clambering all over you as well as mugging your hand. Follow, that's it. So there's very little left to say, except that this is a lovely dog. You've not done anything wrong. You're a lovely mummy and daddy. Practice the exercises. If you get into any trouble, ring me. Okay. And the next time we meet, you'll be halfway to having the perfect dog. Great.
Excellent.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you
Thanks a
soon.
million for your
And
help.
don't forget, you're not on your own.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye, my darlings.
Bye. Well, hopefully now that'll work.
Yeah, well, we've got a good few things to try and train her with now, so that'll
She was
keep us
much better
busy.
already.
She was, definitely. There was a big
Okay.
difference in her. And that settle is,
It makes such a difference. when
no,
people
it's
come
going to be
into the house.
fantastic, yeah.
Excellent.
I think they have a very good chance of success with this dog. The dog is bright and kind, and they are bright and they're systematic, and they have their hearts in the right place and very good brains. They'll be fine. One of the most fruitful experiences I've had while I've been doing this work was taking a truly inauspicious puppy and turning it into a young woman's best friend, social conduit and helper. And that puppy was a frigging nightmare when she started with it, and she showed you just what you can do if you actually have you know, the oomph to go and give it a go.
Tina showed me a whole different way of training dogs. When I was younger, we had dogs at home, and we had learned, you know, roll up the newspaper, tap them on the nose, and maybe give them the tug of the choke chain, and that was the way to do it. And she showed me a whole different method. Kate was having difficulty in dressing and undressing, so we had a few gadgets for, say, for instance, for getting socks off.
She can open drawers, she can take off my jacket, and she just helps me almost every day.
So here we are with Andy and Cleona. How's it been going, guys? Are you pleased with? Has it been hard?
It's starting to pay dividends now, and it's working out well. She's a lot calmer when people come in, and we did find it a thing to get her distracted from people, and we just got a little squeaky toy for her, and she seems to take more notice of that than other people's.
Have friends and family started to come back to see you? Or are they still avoiding you like the plague?
Sit down and relaxingly have a nice cup of tea and a chat with your friends and your family, and without the distraction of Maya jumping on people and nosing into people all the time. So it's a big, big difference now it's made.
So, to wrap up, there are 3 tips that will help you succeed with your dog. Make yourself the focus of your dog's world. Set yourselves up for success. Remember, trust, fairness, and kindness will take you a very long way. So remember, enjoy yourself. It's supposed to be fun.
Happy families, happy dogs. It's all been worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, I can see the difference in her now, and it's just great to have her, and she's a real part of the family.
Run fast for your mother, run fast for